First question for Jamal. Yeah, we're going the glasses here. Thanks, Davide. Left-hand side.
Hi, Coach. Davide Chinelato with the Gazzetta in Italy. What did you think went wrong with the game tonight?
We didn't start out the right way, similar to the last game where, the lead got so far ahead, we couldn't crawl our way back into this one. Our sense of urgency to start the game. They hit some shots, but they come out strong and fast in that first quarter. They've done that, since they've been playing. We got to understand how we have to come out with that sense of urgency. But you got to give Memphis a ton of credit for the way that they, sparked that first quarter. And then from there, it was just an uphill battle.
Next question, just here on the left in the middle.
Hi, Coach. Stefanas here. I'm here. Look, if you look at the two games, do you feel like this whole adventure, this whole trip would be beneficial for a team? If you look, you have 1-1, it could be 2-0, but still, it could be beneficial, right?
Absolutely. I mean, there's things that we're going to have to correct and clean up. That's with every game, whether you win or lose. The things that trended in the two games were our starts. And so our ability to start a little stronger, a little faster, and have that sense of urgency to start the game is something that was trending. So we've got to make sure we clean that up. And then from there, the experience of being in front of all the media, of guys having the attention, knowing how to have a routine night in and night out, that's going to be very important and beneficial down the stretch for the rest of the season.
Just slightly to his left on the next question.
Hi, Jamal. Jim Conlon, RCB Ireland. Jamal, in that second quarter when things were going against you and you were chasing that game, the leading light was Wendell Carter Jr. You kept going to him and he kept delivering for you time and time again in that second quarter. How crucial was his role in that second quarter to keep you in touch?
It was big time for us. I mean, his ability to knock shots down, to rebound the basketball, create outlets for guys, extra possessions, all those little things that he's done for us all year. He just stays consistent in his effort and his energy. And I think we're going to continually need him to be able to do that for us night in and night out. But he definitely kept us afloat in that pushback in that second quarter.
Second row in the middle.
Joe Varden, The Athletic. How did you think Ja impacted the game tonight?
I mean, he had 20 and 10 at halftime. I mean, his speed, his intensity, his energy level, when he gets on the court, he's a tough guard. There's a reason why he's been an all-star, why he's a star player in this league. The way he impacts the game, just his energy and his enthusiasm, the way he plays the game, changes it for his teammates as well as the energy of the crowd. He's a lightning bolt getting downhill. And our ability to stay in front of him was tough tonight, and he created so many shots for others. But that's who he is and what he's done for his career.
Thanks, Coach. In the middle on the right.
Hi, John T. Coleman, BBC Sport. What have you made of your few days in London and playing in front of that crowd tonight?
I thought the crowd was fantastic. I think the great NBA fans, great basketball fans, great sport fans, and their ability to stay engaged with the team, the support, the noise. I mean, all those things are great. London has been fantastic, welcomed us with open arms, and just treated our guys so special. From the events that we've had to do, they've just been so supportive and just encouraging. And some great fans of the game.
Thank you. Just on the left in the middle.
Seb Dumitru, NTV. I know it's early. Have you had some time to maybe reflect on this whole trip, and where would you say you guys are as a whole compared to where you maybe would have wanted to be and looking forward towards the rest of the season?
I haven't had a ton of time to reflect. Look, it's a beautiful thing to be able to play the same team twice because you can see the things that they're going to do, the adjustments that they made, similar to playoff basketball. The experience of our guys being out here, the attention that they've had, the things that they've had to do within the time frame that they've been here. All those things are big pieces as you move forward and what we need to learn to get used to. It's growth for a team and how we continue to get better. What we have to work on the court, obviously, is the starts. I think that's where we got to continue to get better. But then there's small pieces within a team that guys are coming back that we have to continue that chemistry and continue to gel.
Any final questions for Coach Mosley? All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Safe travels back home.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
On the right-hand side.
Hi, Paolo. John T. here from BBC Sport. What did you make of playing in front of that London crowd and the overall trip you've had in London for the last few days?
Yeah, I think it's been a great experience. Thought the crowd was into the game, good energy. And it's my first time here in London, never been, and definitely enjoyed my experience. My family's been here, they've enjoyed it. So, hopefully I can come back, another time. So it's been great.
Left-hand side.
Hi, Paolo. Jim Conlon, RCB Ireland. Paolo, you were able to get into your spots there tonight. In terms of the basket, how did it feel? It felt like you weren't maybe getting the kiss sometimes off the glass that you needed.
Yeah. No, I think had a couple of tough bounces for sure. Missed a wide open dunk. Just some uncharacteristic misses. I think the team, was a lid on the basket for us, especially early in the game in the first half. And sometimes, the ball just bounces that way. So I think, we just got to get back home, lock back in. But like I said, the experience in London was great, and wish we could have got the win.
Just next to him.
To piggyback off of this, where do you feel like you guys are as a team, as a whole, with all the things that have happened this season, this trip, the bonding, and what still needs to happen before you guys get into the playoffs?
Yeah, I think the team, the group is, I think we're together in terms of the guys in the locker room. I think we all trust each other, have each other's back. I think we just later in the season, heading into this back half, we need to, find a way to string some consistent basketball together and get wins. Hopefully we can go on a streak here, because we're right in the middle of the standings. And so, that could do a lot for us. And I think we all know that. And, I know we're in the playoffs right now, but, you can't be complacent with that. You got to try to fight for home court and, get a top seed.
Right-hand side in the front.
Stuart Hodge, Sky Sports, Paolo. Has it been a unique challenge to try and work through all of the extra stuff that's been coming with going to London, the jet lag, all of the different sort of aspects there has been? How has that been as a player to try and work through that and go out and deliver on the big stage?
Yeah, I think it's been a unique challenge, with the travel, going to 2 different countries, and playing 2 games. It's been a good challenge. I know we had, a lot of adrenaline in that Germany game just with the guys we have on our team. And, I think you could see it, this game. I think we came out really slow, weren't able to really get our feet under us, make some shots. And so, I think, there's a lot of media at practice and stuff like that, a lot of long bus rides. But, at the end of the day, I think it was an honor for our team to be here and for the NBA to put us on this stage. So, 1-1, lost 1. Looking forward to getting back home and, winning some more games.
Thank you. On the left-hand side in the front row.
Yeah, James Plowright, SB Nation. You play Memphis in these back-to-back, which is quite unique during the season. Did they do anything different from the first matchup defensively that led to those struggles, especially in the first half?
No, not really. I think the biggest difference was them having Ja Morant out there. I think just him, he creates so much for their team off the dribble and with his talent. And so you can't really game plan for that. But, both games we started out down big. Germany, we came back. Today we didn't. So not something we want to continue with the going down early. But, I think for them in terms of what they did differently, I don't think they did much differently. They play the same style, fast-paced. But, they had, probably their best player out there today. So I think that was the biggest difference.
Next question, just behind him.
Hi, Paolo. Davide here. I work for an Italian media, so sorry, I have to ask this. What's your relationship with the Italian fans after your decision to play international with the Team USA?
I think if you ask me, I would say they don't like me too much. So I think you'd have to ask some fans, how they feel. But, it is what it is at this point.
Thank you. Further toward the back on the
Paolo,
left.
Danilo from Scout Sport Montenegro. What's the ceiling for your team in this season? You had in the last 2 seasons first round playoff, and you played especially a year before great against Cavaliers. What do you expect that these young guys can do this season?
I think we're talented enough to go all the way, but at the end of the day, we got to start playing better, and we got to